to Sunrise Beach Yoga. Breathe in joy. Ho, 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 ho. That joyful, wonderful vibration of happiness inside the body, mind, and soul. Let's do it. Welcome to Sunrise Beach Yoga. Breathe in joy is our intention of today. So we're going to learn breath of joy. And I'm going to go over real quick what this breath does for it. It awakens our system. It also calms our parasympathetic nervous system. And it makes us feel centered. And when you do this, I recommend you do this every day. When you do this every day, for some reason, that joy that comes into your body, mind, and spirit is like a sense of happiness that you needed to start off. So I'm going to demonstrate what breath of joy is. It's breathing in, bringing the arms up to shoulder height. Breathing in, bringing the arms up out to shoulder height. Breathing in, bringing the arms up all the way above the head. So I'm going to go slow. And then breathing out, bending forward. Okay, so we're going to start off bending forward. We're going to slowly come up, breathe in, arms come up, shoulder height. Breathe in, arms come down and up, shoulder height to the out to the side. Breathe in, arms come down and up above the head. And we're going to go nice and slow. I'm going to do this 2 more times. And then exhale, bend forward. Inhale, come up, arms are up by the shoulder in front of us. Arms come down. Inhale, arms are up to the side by the shoulders. Inhale, arms up all the way above the head. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, up, out. Inhale, up. Exhale, over. Inhale, up. Out. Up above the head. Exhale, bend over. 3 more times. Inhale, up. Inhale, out. Inhale, above the head. Exhale, bend over. Inhale, up. Inhale, out. Inhale, above the head. Exhale, down. Doing that 1 more time. Inhale, up. Inhale, out. Inhale, above the head. Hold it here for just a moment. Inhale, inhale. Press the hips forward, squeeze the thighs in nice and tight. Now bring the hands together, and then the hands come to the chest in prayer, Anjali Mudra, pressing the thumbs into the sternum right here. Drop the shoulders. Feel the chin relax into the chest. Feel the hips relax. Close the eyes for just a moment. Now, if you're a little wobbly-headed, keep the eyes open. But if you can close the eyes and you don't get that vertigo-ish feeling, I want you to feel what you're hearing right now. You're feeling your heart being nice and strong. Because the energy of breath of joy increases oxygenated air in the blood system. It also calms our fight or flight mood. It sets our hormones, like when we get all weepy, it sets our hormones right so we feel stronger inside. Let's take a deep breath here. 1, 2, 3. Nice big grin. Loosen up the stress in the jaw. And then exhale again, once again. Sliding the shoulders down the back. Relaxing the hips. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Welcome, Stephanie, Pat. Wonderful to see you. I'm seeing all these wonderful people this morning. Yes. Dee, Melanie, Emily, Pat, Henry, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a wonderful day. We're going to start windmills, but I want you to look into the center of your palms to ground yourself first. Just look at the lines. These are unique lines. And as we look, let's inhale and exhale. Windmills, pushing the palms down and back to our back, and then up towards the sky. And then down and up above the head, and then down in front. So we're rounding those arms all the way around, coming into a slight back bend, and then coming forward. The arms go back, up, forward, back, up, forward, back, up, forward. Now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and do that 3 more times. Back, up, and forward. Feel what the arm socket is feeling and stretching and opening. Good. Now rest the arms down by the side. We're going to do a matrix back bend, and we're going to squeeze in the thighs with it. So the matrix back bend is windmill arms backwards. We're going to press our hips forward, nice strong thighs. The left arm comes back, and then the right arm comes back. And you're flowing backwards like that. Now you don't have to bend backwards like I do. You can come forward a little bit. Squeeze your glutes and thighs in, Stephanie. So we support the back bend. If you get too wongly headed looking up, Henry, then look down at the ground and just do the motion with the arms. We have our arms going backwards about 4 more times. Slowly come forward, inhaling forward. Open the legs up, the toes are pointing out. Open the arms up. We're going to open up into 5-pointed star, and when we exhale, the right hand is going to come to the left toes, come up, and then the left hand is going to come to the right toes. Ready? Inhale, exhale, right hand comes to left toes. Inhale up, left hand comes to right toes. And just do that motion for about 7 more times on each side, pressing your hips forward. So you're engaging your gluteus maximus, Henry. You're feeling your butt cheek squeeze in, Melanie. And you're creating that nice alignment and stretch in the arms. So when I come up, Emily, both shoulder blades are coming together. And when I come down, Dee, they're relaxing. Breathing in, using body and motion now. Concentrate, inhaling up, exhaling down. 2 more times on each side. Inhaling up, exhaling down. 1 more time on each side. Now I know the arms are getting tired, but we're going to hold it in 5-pointed star right here, bringing the shoulder blades together, breathing in, pressing the hips forward, hold. And now exhale, bring the arms down. Ooh, there we go. Good. With the wide stance, taking the left hand, and Pat, you're going to do as I do, not as I say, okay, babe? Taking the left hand, place it on the right shoulder, pressing that right shoulder down, and then dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Look down at the ground for balance. So you're bending towards the right. You're feeling that right shoulder drop, that right arm drop. And you're feeling the left opening of the hips open up. Good. Inhale, come up. Drop the left arm. Bring the right hand on top of the left shoulder and press down, bringing the left ear into the left shoulder as well. Press down. Inhale, exhale, press down. And that left hand is sliding down the side of the outside of the left leg, and the right hip is opening up on the right side. Good. Now slowly come up. Peter Pan stance, having our hands on our hips, breathing in, rolling. We're going to just bend and open up the shoulder area. So we're bending slightly in the waist, we're engaging that belly button, Stephanie, and then we're rolling to the left, Emily, rolling back, Pat, rolling to the right, Henry, and then forward. So a nice circular motion with the hips. Really exaggerate your hips. Really press the hips forward to the side, back, really round the shoulders. And again, sometimes it's a little bit daunting when you first start off in yoga. You get wobbly headed, so stop if that's the case. YouTube, Facebook, honor your body, and then come back. One more time to the left. Nice round circle with the neck and the body. And then we're going to meet in the middle, dropping our chin into the chest, separating the shoulder blades, letting the hands stay on the hips, but we're letting the elbows drop forward to feel that nice separation from the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Now roll towards the left, nice and slow. Take your time doing this because this is your practice. So Henry, I'm guiding you to go in this direction. If you want to go faster or slower, you decide how you want your opening in this beautiful class to go for your body. One more time around. Good. Now we nice and center, the hands are down by the side. And we're just going to take a moment to breathe and look out over the ocean. And as we do that, breathe in the water element. Allow it to come up through the crown of the head. So essentially we're breathing in on a count of 1, 2, 3, lifting the shoulders, lifting the heart, and then exhaling, dropping the shoulders, dropping the heart. 3, 2, 1. And we're bringing a smile to the face because this feels so good. Just standing here, breathing in and connecting with the earth and the water, and that slight breeze that comes across the body too. Taking the right hand, spreading the fingers wide on the right hand, and then bringing the left hand, pressing it against the four fingers so that wrist opens up. You're pressing that wrist backwards. See if you can grab the thumb too and press back, straighten out that right arm as much as possible. Ooh, that's a nice one. Breathe in 3 breaths. And then release and let go. Let the hands drop to the side so we give it a rest for just a moment. We have a nice wide stance, Rich. I'm going to share with you how to get rid of pain in the body, mostly headaches. Taking the left thumb and first finger and pinching the webbing in between the thumb and the finger on the right hand. So Pat, we're going to pinch right there. And we're going to decide how far we want to pinch. And you're going to do a circular motion. So YouTube, Facebook, circular motion with the thumb pressing at the same time. And you're going to go, oh my God, that's a little tight. And that hurts a little bit. Now circular motion going the opposite direction. So this gets rid of headaches. It gets rid of pain in the body. And of course, lots of water too. Pinch, hold, 1, 2, 3, shake it out, let it go. Ooh, that was a good one. Spread the fingers wide on the left hand, take the right hand and press that wrist backwards towards the elbow. Inhale, exhale, 4 breaths. Really feel that stretch in your wrist, YouTube, Facebook. Inhale, exhale. And then release it. Take the first finger on the right and the thumb on the right. Pinch the webbing in between the left. And do that circular motion going one way. Press as you do the circular motion, YouTube, Facebook. Ooh, hello. That's a little cranky there, isn't it? We didn't realize that. And then go the opposite direction. And then shake it out. Both hands are on the thigh. All 10 toes are facing forward and we're coming in a little bit, just a little bit, that legs are a little bit past the hips. Look down at the ground. When you look down at the ground, squeeze in the butt cheeks and then slowly come back with the shoulders so we have a nice slight back bend. Now we can have our head up towards the sky or we can look down at the ground. It's what you decide. We're going to flow with this. Come up nice and straight. Exhale, come back. I'm doing 2 more times looking down and 2 more times looking up. Go at your own pace, Stephanie. Coming back and coming forward deep. Feel those butt cheeks strengthen, those gluteus maximus strengthen as you come back, and reprieve as you come forward. And if you have that head coming back, you're going to feel that nice stretch in your throat muscle, because what are we doing all day long? We're looking down at our phones. Now I'm going to remind you, if you get vertigo-ish with your head back like this, look down, because we're going to stay back here right now. Breathe in. Really press the chin back. Really squeeze the thighs and butt cheeks in. Hold. And now exhale. We're going to come into a forward bend nice and slow. First, we're going to bend with our hands on our thighs at the waist. Drop the chin into the chest. Feel that relief on the lower back. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to take our hands to our shins if we can get down there. That's not necessary. And then allow our back to fold forward a little bit more. Those elbows can be straight, those elbows can be bent. You decide how far you want to come down and really stretch out your back. We're here for 4 more breaths. Breathe in through the nose with the mouth closed. And out through the nose with the mouth closed. And now we're slowly going to walk the hands up the legs to push us up and press the hips forward, squeezing the thighs in at the same time. Inhale up. Woo! Hello. Now there's a little splotchiness in front of us. That just means we have too much energy and we just need to center ourselves. So let's all collectively breathe in together. Oh, and then breathe out. There we go. Now sometimes we have to verbally sigh things out to let our body know to just release that unserving energy. So we're going to breathe in 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale out. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Center ourselves. Once again, we look at the ocean. We see the waves come in. We breathe in a nice stable breath, because sometimes my head gets wobbly too and I'm going, whoa, okay, Athena, this is the psychedelic sunrise yoga. Yes, we're breathing in our clean air today. There we go. Good. Now, look down at the ground, YouTube, Facebook, a picture on the wall, the corner of your yoga mat. This is going to be your focal point to stare at to make sure that you're balancing in. And we're on the stand, so I want you to pat the sand where you're at right now, because sometimes the sand shifts and I don't want you to fall over. Because you're going to lift up your leg straight in front of you. Staring at the sand focal point. Now the toes are coming towards our knees in this first exercise of lifting the legs, and the hands are at the thighs. Now the hands are coming to the waist, and the legs are going to cross over each other like the Rockettes. First the left, and then the right. Left, and then the right. And that sand is going to shift underneath us, so go nice and slow. Take your time. This is our balancing pose for the day. We're doing our nice balance in the body by kicking side to side. Now this next sequence after that, keep kicking. This next sequence after this is a downward dog plank flow. And last week we talked about biohacking. All you have to do is do a heart racing exercise for 5 to 7 minutes and come down to a cool down for 2 minutes. When you do that, you build strength in your body and you get in the habit of exercising every morning for 7 to 8 minutes. Now we're going to stop the kicks and we're slowly going to bend forward and prepare for our down dog. Bend forward, grab the ankles for just a moment. Allow the body to adjust in the forward bend and open up that cranky back. Inhale. Focus on filling up the lower back. So we're filling up the belly, which fills up the lower back, and the intention is for that energy of breath to go there. When you exhale, you're walking your hands forward and your feet are going to stay there, or you're going to adjust your feet. The hands are going to come wide, digging into the yoga mat. The feet can come wide and come up on the balls of the feet. You might have to adjust your hands when you come down to plank. So we're going to inhale, exhale, push back, derrieres in the air, Henry, and then come to full plank. When you come to plank, you're a nice straight board. You're going to adjust your feet back. You're either knee plank or with the knees up. You decide, because it's hard to come up into down dog again. Push back into down dog and then come to plank again. Walking the hands forward, walking the feet back. Take a nice slow motion. I'm going really slow for everyone here. Down dog. Push back, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, plank. Now remember what I said about the knees. If you have to come down to your knees, honor that. Down dog. And plank. Now we're doing this for 4 more times, so that gets a little bit challenging. You gotta stop, you gotta stop. You're gonna feel this in your arms after class, because we've been doing a lot of arms. Drink lots of water. I noticed myself when there's a couple of days I didn't drink lots of water, and I noticed my sleep was off. My energy was off because I didn't drink enough water. And you can go ahead and cheat and put that honey and lemon in your water. It acts as a natural Gatorade. So we're going one more time. Ready? Down dog. Plank. And we're going to hold it here and plank. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come to hero's pose. Hero's pose is tucking the toes under, standing on the knees first. Standing on the knees. If your feet can go flat behind you, stretch out the top part of your feet and your ankles. If not, tuck your toes under and come down, butt cheeks towards the heels, stretching out the quadriceps. Now this is tough for some of us. Look at these wonderful flying insects in front of us. Luckily they are not biting, but if they are, I've got bug spray, everyone, okay? We're only here for 4 breaths. Close your eyes, adjust your body, stand on your knees if you have to. I want you to feel that this is your practice, and in any way that you need to. I just want you to come to a nice alignment with peace inside of you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Allow that heart rate to slow down, because we're going to bring the heart rate right back up again. In our yoga class, we like to do a little 4-minute interruption with a little bit of dancing. Preparing for our forward bend, we come to all fours, hands and knees, pop up into down dog, walk the hands slowly, walk the feet slowly to the hands. Now that we're in nice forward bend, legs are a little bit wider, toes are pointing out. Walk the hands over to the right leg, so you're framing the right leg with the hands. The knees can be bent, Henry, or they can straighten up the leg. Bring the forehead down as much as possible. You're going to feel a deep stretch in the back of the leg, Stephanie. Exhale. Allow those elbows to drop deep. Feel that stretch, Pat. Let it go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep breathing. Walk the hands forward and bring the fingertips back. So you have a nice little wide stance. The fingertips are back. Drop the head forward. Inhale. Exhale. Now you're slightly going to roll over to the balls of the feet. Be careful. Put one hand forward to stop you from falling over. Slightly roll over in the balls of the feet. Good. Come up on the heel. So we're on the heel and the ball. We feel all 4 corners of the feet with the surface of the earth. And now walking both hands over to the left leg. Frame the left leg with both hands. Left on the outside of the left. Right arm on the inside of the left leg. Left foot. Drop the head. And again, you can bend that knee if you need to. Breathe in deep. I know the belly is constricted while it's bent forward like this, but you're feeling that extra deep stretch in the gluteus maximus, your entire body. Coming to a low lunge, drop the right knee. Right knee is on the surface, left foot is on the surface. We come up nice and slowly, staring at a focal point in front of us, Emily, and then slowly lift up the arms towards the sky, connecting the hands together in front of us. So if you see the water in front of you, just stare at it for a moment. Bring that wonderful joy of breath into your body. Inhaling, the fingertips come up and the hips press forward so you have a nice stable stance. And exhale. Both hands are going to come down to the inside of the left leg. The left leg is going to remain bent. With both hands coming down, you're going to bring your left knee over the left toes, and the left heel is going to come above the surface just a little bit. Adjust your hands to above the left toes or keep them back. You decide. When you keep them back, you have a deeper stretch in your wrists. When you press that left knee forward, you have a deep stretch in your right top thigh. Drop your chin into your chest. We'll go over this again, dragon pose. Left knee is bent over the left toes. The left heel of the foot is about 1/2 inch to 1 inch above the surface. Both hands are either with the toes, the fingers are with the toes on the inside, or both hands are forward. You decide how deep you want to come into the stretch by allowing that left knee to come forward and the right leg to stretch, the right groin to stretch. When you drop that chin to the heart, you're feeling that extra stretch and you're surrendering your body to breath. Now let's slow down that heart rate a little bit. Breathe in slowly with me. Allow the breath to flow down through the throat into the belly, filling it up. On the exhale, relax. Ooh, good job, Henry. Now we're slowly going to come up, standing on both knees, bringing the left knee back, and then the right foot forward. Low lunge on the right side now. Staring at our focal point to balance, and then slowly coming up on with the arms. We're starting in low lunge first, Henry, with the arms up towards the sky. Press that left hip, right hip forward. Feel that stretch. And we're coming basically into a slight back bend in our low lunge, staring at our balancing point. Good. 3 more breaths. Bend forward. Both hands are going to come inside the right foot. You can adjust them to above the right foot if you need to. You decide. Right knee is going to come above right toes. Right heel is going to come above the surface, dropping the chin into the chest. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out, relax into it. I know it's tough to relax into this pose, but find your happy medium. Happy, happy, joyful breath. Slowly come up. We're going to be in tabletop just for a second because we're going to adjust our body to lying on our back. So come onto the derriere. You have a band on your pillow, on your yoga mat. Grab your band. Slowly come onto the back, and what you're going to do is wipe off as much sand as you can. So shake that sand off as much as you can so it doesn't come into your eyes. It's very moist out here, so the sand is sticking to our feet. Wrap the band around the bottom, the balls of the feet. So when you straighten out your legs, you're going to press your legs and knees into your body. If you have to bend your knees, you bend your knees. And when you exhale, you're going to relax. And I got a face full of sand, and that's okay. Hold on to your band. Bring the legs into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, relax. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Now the band is going to wrap around just the left leg, the left foot. Bring the right foot down. So the right foot is with the surface, the right knee is towards the sky, and your band is around the left foot. You're going to allow that left leg to straighten out as much as possible. Remember, you can bend the knee if you have to, and slowly come down to the left side. Now it might come all the way down, it might come halfway down, you might need to bend your knees, you decide. We're here for 4 breaths. Bring the right hand behind the back of the head so you feel that stretch in the right armpit area. When you let that right knee fall out, Towards the right side, you get a deeper stretch. Again, you're going to decide how deep you want your stretch to be. Good job, Henry. Good. Inhale into it. Here's the tricky part. Relax that leg. Relax the exhale. The body on the exhale. Ooh, nice, Stephanie. Good. You felt your body opening up and the leg a little bit more too. Good. Slowly bend the left knee, bringing it back into the body, releasing the band from around the left foot and wrapping the band around the right foot. Lifting the right leg up towards the sky, taking the left hand, placing it behind the back of the head, and then slowly dropping the right leg to the right side. Letting that left knee fall out to the left side as well, with the foot still on the yoga blanket. Relax into it, Emily. Keep a grip on that band, but allow that leg to stretch and open up, thereby surpassing the pain threshold and enjoying the stretch in your body. Close the eyes to capture that feeling. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And exhale. Slowly release the band from around the legs. Place the band to the side. Come up on the elbows. Coming up on the elbows in our boat flow. Taking both knees into the chest and straightening out the legs above the head, and then slowly bringing the legs down. We're going to hold it right here and then bring the legs back into the body. Up, down, the legs come down towards the surface. Feel that nice abdominal strengthening in your body, Emily, and then bring it in. Go at your own pace 6 more times. Feel the flow, strengthen your abdominal D, thereby strengthening our lower backs, Stephanie. And when we strengthen our body, Melanie, we strengthen our minds. We're able to handle anything. So we're feeling this joyful flow of breath and body movement together. Three more times. Now on this last time, we're going to come down and hold it again, even if you have to just hold one leg up. Hold it so as far as you can, down when your legs are down. Hold it, bring it in. Good. Come your back to the surface. Your back and your head are on the surface, and your hands are on top of your knee. Your hands are coming and pressing your body, the legs into the body, and so you're feeling that nice stretch. Good. The hands are going to stay on top of the knees, but you're going to release the press into your abdominal, and then just rock from side to side. And when you rock from side to side, you're feeling that nice massage on the lower back. Both feet are going to come to the surface, and we're going to cross our left ankle just below the right knee. So it's resting there. We're going to do some ankle and wrist circles at the same time. So your hands are up in the air, the elbows are on the surface. You're rotating your hand and your left foot inward. Make nice big circles with your wrists and your ankle. Now remember which direction you went. We're going outward this time, rotating the foot outwards, rotating the wrists outwards, spreading the fingers wide while we're rotating the wrists to get that extra stretch. Because what are we doing all day long? Texting. We're doing everything with our phones. This little mini computer that runs our life. We're going to prepare for it today. Now we're going to stop the rotation of the wrists and the foot. We're going to bring the right knee into the body, so you're lifting the right foot above the surface. Straighten out the right leg. Wrap both hands on the back side of the right thigh. Right leg is straight. Left ankle is still crossed over and below the right knee. When you bring that right leg into each other, that left elbow is automatically going to press to the inner thigh. This is good. Breathe in. Bring it in. Breathe out. Continue to lace the fingers and hold that right leg. You're just releasing it, the press into the body. Inhale, press. Exhale, relax. 2 more times. Breathing in, press. Make sure those right toes are towards the right knee. Ooh, that's a nice one. Good. Relax, D. We're doing this one more time. Inhale, Stephanie. Hold, Henry. 1, 2, 3. Release the hands from around the right thigh. Drop the right foot to the surface. Keep the legs crossed like this because we're going to cross the legs all the way. So you're going to bring the left foot down towards the right foot. The left leg is crossed over the right thigh. You're going to drop both knees to the right side. And when you feel that drop on the right side, the left hip is going to open up. Both hands are going to come behind the back of the head. Now for some of us, this hip is really, really tight. If that's the case, walk your feet closer to the body. That alleviates pressure. But I'm going to share with you, your breath is going to help open up that tightness. Breathe in slowly with us. Breathe out. Slowly allow those knees to drop. Ooh, nice, Emily. Good. Feel that opening? Hello. Melanie's body is going, yeah. Breathe in deep, Pat. Inhale, inhale, chest towards the sky. Exhale, exhale. Drop. Close the eyes and feel that release. Feel that earth supporting you. Now settle your body into the pose by noticing how it drops, how it surrenders to the exhale breath. Wow, just like that, it's magic. Slowly inhale, uncross the legs, bringing them up. Bring the hands down and cross the right ankle over the left leg, rotating your right foot outward, along with your both wrists. Grab the air as you're rotating the wrists. Grab the air with your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your eyes. Feel your heart settle into the chest. Rotate opposite direction. And then stop the rotation. Slowly lace the fingers behind the left leg, bringing the left knee into the chest. Straighten up the left foot towards the sky. The left leg's nice and straight as possible. The left toes are extended or flexed towards the knee. Breathe in, bring that left straight leg into the body. Ooh, that's nice. Hello, D. Yes. Exhale, relax it. 7 more times. Inhale. Press. Exhale. Relax. Remember, you can bend that knee if you need to. You can come out of the pose altogether if it doesn't feel right to you. You decide. Keep inhaling, bringing that leg into you, and exhaling, relaxing and letting it go. Come back. On this one last time, collectively, we bring the left leg into the chest, into the body. Hold it here, everyone. Ooh, hello. Yummy, yummy, Emily. Love it. Exhale. Bend that left knee, left foot comes to the surface. Crossing the right leg over the left. And then dropping the legs and the knees to the left side. This time the arms are going to come straight up above our head. So we're reaching up above our head. Now we're relaxing our arms. Remember, you can always bring those arms down if they get too tingly in this position. Feel your breath lift your chest. Now allow that air to absorb into your body. It's a white light energy of peace. So if it was hard for you to wake up this morning and get here, congratulate yourself. If you had challenges getting here and you finally arrived and you're feeling this beautiful sensation in your body of reaching up with breath, of exhaling, feeling your body surrender to earth. Allow yourself that reprieve. Allow yourself that gratitude. Because you're going to have a heck of a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths. Breathing and bringing the knees up. Uncrossing the legs, taking the pillow that is on our yoga blanket and placing it under the knees and resting our legs on top of the pillow. Taking our eye pillow that is on the surface. You have to place your eye pillow over your eyes This time, open your arms up wide and bring them up by the shoulders. Touch the first finger and the thumb together and the last 3 fingers together. So you're holding a Panavaya mudra, circle of energy in your body. We only have about a 4-minute meditation here, but if your arms get tingly, please walk them down towards the rib cage. Once again, we're on our back. The pillow is underneath our knees to support our back. If that still gives too much of an arch in the back, then place the feet together on top of the pillow and the knees opened up wide in a Supta Baddha Konasana position. Open heart energy, breath of joy. Reflection of the first part of the class where we breathed in the breath of joy. We lifted our heart up. We accelerated it, allowing it to pump the red and white blood cells throughout our body, thereby building our immune system. In this short meditation, we will open up all 7, actually 9 chakras in our body. Concentrate on the feeling of the center of your palms and the arch of your feet simultaneously together. You're going to visualize a healing energy light. And in this case, that light is going to be blue. So imagine the color of the sky in the center of your palms. Only it's like the sun energy. It's growing brighter and brighter, lighter and lighter. Breathe into that energy. And when you exhale out, allow it to cleanse your body by that energy flowing up your arms, up your legs, to your torso, and in the center of your solar plex, right underneath your rib cage. And for the next 2 breaths, see that energy flowing in your body. Muladhara chakra is the color of red. It's in between our hips. The energies are how you feel about yourself as a person. Do you feel strong? Do you feel confident? Do you feel loved? All those energies are going to breathe into your body as you focus on the color of red in the center of your hips. That red color is growing brighter and brighter, and it's pulsating. And it's rippling as it pulsates out throughout your hips and lower back area and down your legs. So you're visualizing this as you inhale and as you exhale. 2 more breaths. Make them nice and slow. Svadhisthana is orange in color, and it's where our belly button is at. See the organs underneath the belly button grow brighter and brighter in the orange color. Breathe into that brightness. And the energy is your sexual energy and your creative energy. How you think of yourself as a man and a woman, and the energy that you exhibit from that. Inhale and exhale. Relax into it. 2 more breaths. Underneath your rib cage is your solar plex. This is your power chakra, your core, your strength, your courage. Your nobody's going to push me around because I am strong. Breathe into that energy. Breathe out, absorb, and relax into it. Your heart chakra is green in color. When you breathe in, it flows throughout across your chest, and it has that pumping action, like you've seen like a cartoon pump, 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 pump. This is your compassion, your understanding. Inhale. Exhale. Vishuddha chakra is your throat chakra. These are the energies of listening, of speaking, your voice. It is blue in color, so imagine the blue sky color flowing throughout the back of the neck and the front. Inhale that bright sensation into your throat and neck area. And exhale. Engulf that visualization by accepting that surrender and that drop in your body. Ajna chakra is the third eye in between your brow. This is your intuition. This is your angels guiding you in the right direction. Open up your mind so you can listen to and tune into them deeper. Inhale. See your mind opening up like a door. Exhale. Allow the breeze to flow through your mind. Sahasrara chakra is clear or white, the crown of our head. Imagine a sunbeam, energy from the heavens above, coming down through your head, your brain, a straight line down your spine, all the way to the ground, through your feet. See that beam of light glowing around your body. Now, see a hue, a circle around your body, like you're in this energy bubble. This is your spirit. Your arms and legs are extended around. And this energy is protecting you. Repeat in your mind after me. I am protected against all harm that might come to me. Shedding all doubt and fear is the key. A strong body, mind, and spirit, I will always be. Inhale. Exhale. Taking your knees and bringing them together, bringing your arms together if they're not already together. rolling over onto the side and slowly coming up into a comfortable seated position as we close out our class. That meditation was a little bit longer, but whew, that was a nice chakra opening. Hello. The arms are going to come out to the side, breathing as you come up, bringing the hands together above the head like you're collecting the sun's energy that you're feeling right now on your face and body. As you connect that energy, feel the warm sensation in the center of your palms. Inhale to it, reaching your fingertips up. And then exhale, bringing the hands into the heart. Now feel those shoulders sliding down the back, dropping your chin into the chest. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Ooh, yoga power. Love it, love it, love it. YouTube, Facebook, thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscription. There's a PayPal link below. I appreciate your $10 donation. Woo-hoo-hoo.